Hi Leo, I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Welcome to general reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for October 14th through the 31st, 2019. To get your messages today, I'm going to be getting your crowning energy from the Black Moon Tarot. Your general messages, I'm going to be using the Illuminated Rider-Waite. And for any clarifications that I need, I'm going to be using this very super cute little Halloween deck in honor of Halloween, which we have here in the States on October 31st, which is going to be the day Mercury goes retrograde at 27 degrees Scorpio. We'll talk about that a little later. So let's first pull some energies for your crowning. Let's see what Spirit wants us to know for your crowning. Let's see. Leo, this time period, it's all about relationships of all kinds, right? Because we have Libra, which is about relationships. We have this Scorpionic energy, which is about endings, beginnings, transformations. We have some Mars thrown in there. Some Pluto energy thrown in there. So that's just going to means lots of conversation, lots of necessary communication. Hopefully we could do that with patience, with empathy, with understanding. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. That's what we need to try to work on. Okay. All right. Let's see what comes up as your crowning energy. Somebody asked me last month, why do you do crowning energies? That's how I was taught. It's a way to ground ourselves in the reading. It grounds me anyway. Mars, force. Okay. Leo. Cool. I like it. Okay. So some of you, why don't we talk about the crowning energy first? So some of you might be in a space of feeling like you might have to fight for something something that you want. Could be a position, it could be a relationship. But what I like about this is there's a fire being lit under you right now, under the passions that you really want for yourself right now. And it's time to achieve what you really want in life, or at least you're going to be shown a very clear path in this energy. I like this. This could be romantic or sexual in nature. Or it could also involve other types of relationships. But more importantly, goals that should be really pursued very aggressively at the current time and as vigorously as possible. It's really going to go well for you. It can also indicate you coming across somebody who is a bit of a competitor, who's sort of just arrived on the scene in your life. But use that as motivation. Don't use that to get you down or to get you angry. Now, other issues that have to do with this energy can include the law, the military, sports, games of all kinds, challenges of all kinds, becoming more physically active and involved, but also definitely fiery tempers and even actual fires in some cases. So it's this fiery element that's very alive here. But when we get this energy, we really want to ask yourself, how are you going to create like momentum and the vibe that you need to achieve the goal, the goals that you have ahead of you? Like, what is front and center on your mind, and how do you plan on getting it? Have you been challenged to protect your own interests in some way? Are you being pushed too hard by something or someone right now? What do you have to do? How do you clear the path to get what you want right now? Are you willing to fight for it? Or has someone or a situation challenged you to a fight? Meaning where there are challenges. And I do want to say, before we even get anywhere else here in this reading, the very first day of this, the time period that we're covering here, the 14th, we do have Sun and Libra square Pluto and Capricorn. And this is like insecure power struggles are more likely in that transit, so get in touch with where you feel vulnerable in a way that might be getting in the way of how you see, or at least clouding, how you see others and situations in your life right now. Or you may be on the receiving end of this, having to deal with what someone else is going through. But either way, this is an energy that you're going to be dealing with. But careful and honest evaluation of the issue at hand is definitely going to be very helpful. And that's that first day. That's the first day going in, but it's okay, because what I do like about this month is it's so necessary. First of all, what's happening in the sky, yeah, it's relationship stuff, whatever. Okay, fine. Can I shuffle these cards today? And conversations are going to be happening, and they're going to feel really heated and emotional in the moment, but the energies are so supportive of there being a meeting of the minds, and coming up with solutions and ideas and plans on how things can be moving forward in a way that you feel really, really comfortable with. That was like a terrible shuffle. Okay. All right, but I'll work those important days in between, because there are definitely a couple of days that I want you to maybe even like mark in your phone or something if you have to have a conversation. Some days are better than others coming up. Okay, so let's first pull a card for you in your past, and then a card for a person or a situation that you're dealing with. So this could be obviously a relationship of any kind, an intimate other, an employee, an employer, a family member, a friend. So that was the past. This is the present. Okay. This is where your mind is at. It's where their mind is at. And this is a fear, and this is a fear. And then we're done talking about these. I'm going to sweep this, and then we'll do a spread on your blockages and the outcomes, which I always feel that's where most people get the best messages. But let's take a look at where you're coming from. The Emperor, Leo. Awesome. Right? So you're coming from a space of really feeling like you kind of had it, I'm talking about in your past now, you were with a person or within a situation that you really did believe was where you were supposed to be. This could be in a relationship, in a job, just, you know, a vibe going on in your family that you just felt like everybody was doing well and healthy in every way, and it was good, you know, where there was this sense of, you had this sense of at least control over things. Not that everything was perfect. Nothing is ever perfect, and Leo, you guys know that. But where you felt like you were in the right, you felt like you were in the right space. You felt like you were in the right space. And this is your past. The past for this person or situation that you were dealing with is a Seven of Wands reverse. So this tells me that this person or situation that you were dealing with in your past did not have the same perspective about things as you did, right? Because the Seven of Wands upright is all about really being in charge of one's kind of kingdom and this motivation to just build and move forward. It's like a very positive energy, the Seven of Wands upright. But in the reverse, there's this lack of motivation to build into this next chapter with you, okay? So if it's in relationship, if it's in employment, you know, maybe some of you had your job, your position restructured, or maybe some of you lost your job, or maybe some of you made a choice to leave because you didn't like where the job was going. You know, this could certainly be with friends just not doing the right thing by you, but this is the past. But now in the present, I have the Death card for you. I actually love this for you in the present, only because of, first of all, the energies that we have going on this month and the fact that we have this Mars crowning. I love the Mars crowning for you because it shows that you're going to have the fire and the wherewithal to address whatever needs addressing. And I already mentioned what's happening on the 14th, but we just have so much going on. With the Death card, understand that it's death and rebirth, because, right, we have the Pope and we have the Sun. And this is all about new beginnings. The Death card, scorpionic energy. Again, we have so much Scorpio happening this month. So you're going to be very in the energies of the month. But I feel like this tells me you're really going to be working the energies the way they're supposed to be worked. And what I mean by that is we have free will. We can ignore the energy that's supporting us all the time, or we can work with it to make changes that are really in our best interest. I feel like you're going to be working with it. This is recognizing that whatever you were in with, whoever you were with, whatever you were involved in that we're talking about here in the past, you know that that cycle is finished. It's done. It needs to be done, and you're happy that it's done, even if it brings you sadness, because what it looked like and what was going on back there, when you're really honest with yourself, was really not all that healthy, you know? And you're going to be thinking about stuff within this death energy, you know? The 15th, we have Mercury in Scorpio, trine Neptune and Pisces. You're going to feel really creative in your mindset and just feeling like you're going to be coming up with ideas these couple of weeks. Leo, honestly, you are. But on the 15th, you're really going to be looking at your 9 to 5, your daily routines. You're going to feel very, very pushed to make changes during this energy. You really, really are. But there's so much that I feel like I need to say with this Death card, because this is such a big card. And it's so positive, and I want you to view it as such, because in order for this cycle to end, for that last phase to end, and you to kind of morph into this new place, it's going to require conversations, right? Like I mentioned. So on the 19th, we have Mercury in Scorpio, sextile Pluto and Capricorn. Very deep conversations and necessary breakthroughs during this energy. So if there's something that needs to be said, you have to say it. You're going to be pushed to say it. Make the choice to say it rather than ending up in a position where you're pushed to say it. Because things with this Mars energy under your feet, it might come out the wrong way or a little too negatively for the other person to actually accept it in a healthy way, right? So you just want to be very careful. But this is beautiful energy for just a meeting of the minds, you know? Powers of persuasions can be very strong in this energy, and conversations from the past can very easily circle back around and bring really great results. So if you're involved with a person who, or maybe you were involved with a person, you haven't had contact with them for a while, or things have just been weird, or things have been going on in work for a while and nobody's kind of talking about it. These situations that happen that built up to this point, you're going to have the conversations. But whoever it is that you're dealing with, they don't really want to have this conversation, Leo. But you know what? Too bad. you know, listen, I'm getting the Ace of Wands reverse shows a lack of will. A lack of will and a lack of motivation to start something new. That's where they're at right now. So you are really embracing this idea and knowing that you have to move on. You have to move on. You know this, okay? You know this. And now where your mindset is, though, Leo, is the High Priestess reverse. The High Priestess energy is all about, you know, been there, done that, got the t-shirt. You know, I could tell you what to do. This is about life experience, intuition, higher consciousness, everything that you've been through in your life to create that museum of thought in your mind, right? Because we all have these museums in our mind. The artwork on everyone's wall looks a lot different because of everyone's path is very unique to themselves, right? It's very subjective. But I'm getting here that it's like you're walking through your museum, right, of experience in your mind, and you're looking at the artwork and you're like, what the hell, you know? I really want to change things. I don't like that I made that decision. I don't like that piece of artwork on that part of my wall. I don't like that one. You know, why did I do that? You're tapping into the lessons for sure. You understand that nothing is for nothing, right? But this is you questioning, why did I even make that decision? You're questioning yourself here in your fears. Your fears are, can I trust myself to make that decision? You know, because sometimes it's hard, right? Especially when we've made a couple of bad decisions, none of us know everything all the time. Okay, there's something off if you feel like that that you always have all the answers. None of us do, right? So this is really about you getting real with yourself, and you're saying like, maybe I didn't make the best decision there. Maybe I stayed way too past the expiration date, or you know, why did I do that? Or you know, all of these whys, right? And then for them, in their headspace, we have the Ace of Swords reverse. And Leo, honestly, I don't like to be negative, but this person or situation that you're dealing with, they are not honest. You're dealing with somebody who, and they know they're not being honest, and that's the one thing that's bothering me a little bit, because this is in their headspace, and their headspace knows. Like, we know what goes on between our ears. We know. We might not talk about it to everyone, but we know what's going on there, and they're being dishonest, okay, about starting this something new, this next chapter, this offering you this position at a job. Maybe they're underselling it or overselling it. So there's some sense of inaccuracy. Something isn't right here. Something's definitely amiss, okay? And then a fear that you have is the Queen of Pentacles reverse. And this is about you feeling like you're not going to have enough money, enough resources, enough physical, emotional, or psychological connection. You're fearing, because pentacles are not, it's not only resources, it's also how we actually do connection, how we do relationships of all kinds, you know, friendships, family even. So this could be you in a space of like, all right, you know what, if I address this issue with them, what if they end up breaking up with me? Or what if they end up not talking to me for a while? You know, maybe if it's a family member. Like, you're trying to weigh out if the end result might be worse. And you might be, trying to figure out the result of something that you can't possibly know 100% how the person's going to accept it, 100%. But I'm getting that there's a sense of you're afraid of feeling lonely. You're afraid of not having what you need. You're afraid of not having that connection in some way to something. And their fear sector is their fear is not winning, okay? Their fear is not ultimately getting what they're looking for. Their fear is not being respected in the way that they feel they need to be respected. And they're fearing their ability to respect you and to honor the relationship or the connection in the way that it deserves, because they know how this situation is supposed to play out. And I know they know, because I know that they know they're not being very honest with you with this Ace of Swords reverse in their mindset, right? So yeah, I'm gonna like to pull some cards though on this. Oh, I just really, Leah, I think this is so good. This is the thing. I feel like I need to understand this person, a situation you're dealing with. But let's pull some cards on having to do with the death, your death, present, this transition you're going through. 3 cards for that, please. 5 of Bats, 5 of Swords, Tower. Okay, all right. Listen, nothing wrong with that. I like the Tower. I'll tell you why in a second. Okay, so I'll explain these cards to you. We have the 5 of Bats in reverse, the 4 of Bats in reverse, and then we have the Tower. Okay, so the 5 of Bats reverse is the 5 of Swords reverse, which tells me that there's arguments going on and no one's winning, right? In the reverse, no one's winning. Okay, it's like, those cyclical kind of arguments that end up going around and round and round. The argument, the conversation, whatever is happening is necessary, but it's like trying to like tread yourself in quicksand. It's not, nobody's going anywhere. Then we have the 4 of Bats reverse. So this is the 4 of Swords reverse. And normally the 4 of Swords reverse, the 4 of Swords upright is a very positive card. It's about reflecting on everything that you've been going through up to this point, which I feel like you are doing, and then really gaining some clarity on, because swords are ideas and clarity and truth. In the upright, it's taking a minute and then kind of planning out what you want your next step to be. And in the reverse, this is telling me that you're having a really hard time solidifying that picture in your mind about exactly where you're going to, how you're going to get to where you want to go. You want to be somewhere different than you are right now, at least in one area of your life. So many of you may be in a very healthy relationship, but you're very unhappy at work, right? But this could be in a space where it's like, I know I'm not happy exactly where I am. I don't necessarily hate what I'm doing, but I don't like where I'm working, and I'm just not sure how I can transition. I can't afford to quit. I can't afford to, take some time, so anything like that. Or if this is in a relationship, you realizing that this person is really not in it with you. Like, it's just, this person's just not in it with you. And you're really being very pushed to look at, again, going back to this High Priestess, like, what have my experience really been up to this point? So for the Tower here, I'm getting a couple of things. So for some of you, this can be the complete falling apart of a relationship in some area of your life. It could be the loss of a job, be the loss of a friendship, and a relationship ending, absolutely. But I'm also getting, for many of you, because of the other cards that are here, that this could simply be the breaking down of an old way of thinking. Revamping your thought process in how you've been doing reality, how you've been framing reality up to now. And this goes back to, and is very much supported by, that Mercury and Scorpio trine Neptune and Venus on the 15th. So I do like this, because I feel like even though it's going to be uncomfortable and it's going to be painful to sit down and really be dead ass honest with yourself about why you've been getting into the relationships that you've been getting into. Why do you pick what you pick in life? Are you picking for the correct reasons? And maybe getting in touch with why things don't work out the way that maybe you want them to serve your ultimate good. But this is like such an internal shift for many of you, if that's resonating with you. Again, for others of you, it could certainly just be simply the ending of something as it was. But I want some clarifications about this person. Spirit, can you give me 3 cards, please? 3 cards on this person or situation that Leo is dealing with. 3 cards. Eight of Pumpkins reverse. Okay. Okay. First of all, I feel like you were with somebody who was like in competition with you, just from the fact that we have the Queen of Ghosts reverse, we have the upright, and then we have the Knight of Ghosts reverse, and we have them right next to each other. So, and then we have the 8 of Pumpkins reverse, which is the 8 of Pentacles, which when it's upright, this is about the card of really working towards and feeling the early achievements of some sort of goal, some sort of dream, and them feeling like they are not going to have that with you. And they're feeling in a space of they feel that they knew what the relationship needed. They didn't. This is very subjective because I pulled only for their energy. They feel that they knew exactly what was necessary for a healthy relationship to happen, a healthy work environment, a solid friendship, what the family needed. You know, again, we're going to just give the general messages, but this idea of them feeling like they knew in the heart space, because ghosts are cups, which is all about emotions, and them being very in touch with what they believed was necessary for this thing to happen, right? But then we have the Knight of Ghosts. I feel like they're viewing you as the Knight of Ghosts, where they felt that you were holding back in certain ways, that you were not giving to the relationship in the same way, and that there wasn't this reciprocity in the way that they needed. Okay, so this is what I'm sensing that they're feeling. And in the same way, if we just go back to their fear card, their fear of not being respected in some way. So I just feel like this is all kind of tying together. So certainly some sort of issue went down, and I feel like we're going to figure it out, hopefully, with a little more clarity in the blockages. Okay, so let's sweep this. We're going to pull 2 for your blockages, and then 2 for future outcomes. This is the first time I'm filming these this 2-week period on my phone. I'm doing it so that I can get more time, because I have a really good Nikon camera, but it cuts out at 30 minutes, and it's really annoying. So I feel like I have to rush things, so I'm trying this out. Some of the signs like it, some don't. Let me know what the quality is. I know some people are saying it's too loud, some are saying it's too low. I don't know. I gotta figure it out. We get a new camera. I didn't even know to check when I started YouTube a couple of months ago for the time. A lot, but live and learn, right? Okay, messages, blockages for Leo, August 14th through the 31st. Blockages, 3 of Pentacles. So you're feeling blocked by your ability to create something with this person or situation. 3 of Pentacles is the Archetype card. It's about, you know, you, the other person, or the situation, and you guys being able to build something, or you build something within this environment. You know, that would be obviously relevant if it were a job that we were talking about. Okay, and their first blockage is the Knight of Pentacles. So they're feeling blocked by their ability to connect with you and to feel connected within the relationship. This could also have to do with money. This could have to do with the fact that they're feeling blocked by either you not having enough money and enough resources, or them not having enough money and resources. You know, it could be either one of those, but certainly because of that and because of the resources, they feel like that they're not able to be fully committed and fully invested with you. Okay, Leo, listen, blockage. This is a big blockage. You feel stabbed in the back. This is one sword at a time over time. Okay, this is a tough energy. That first of all, it does indicate the end of a cycle, which supports the death card that we have. Definitely the end of a cycle, and it's because you feel that you just have been treated unfairly and things just didn't, even if you don't feel like it was all unfair, it's maybe to no one else it seems unfair, but to you on some level, just kicked over a bell. To you on some level, it really deeply, deeply bothered you to the point of you just not being able to stay in it anymore. But this is blocking you. This feeling like you've been stabbed in the back, stabbed in the gut, kicked in the gut, where something happened where it was just like this thing happened and you're just having a really hard time moving past it. You just really are. Because look what they have. Their blockage is the Magician. And this is them wanting to make something happen with you, but just not being able to. Just not being able. I just get this very strong feeling like the two of you are just on like different pages here. Just different pages. Let me pull the outcome and then let's see. Whatever this is. Whatever this is. Just wondering if communication can help it. The thing is, this month, even this for all of us, if we're not dealing with people who are in it with us, because again, we're all dealing with relationship stuff. Just with the Libra energy, the Scorpio energy, the Mars and Pluto, it's happening. But if we're not dealing with somebody who's in it with us in the same way, guys, it's going to fall away. And you want it to. And what's that around? Right? Seriously. I mean, why just, kick the bucket down the road? It's inevitable. Anyway, once December comes and we get that next Capricorn eclipse, guess what? If you don't get rid of it now, if it's supposed to go, I'm saying, it's going to be pulled from you around the holidays. Do you want to deal with that? Okay. I don't think so. You guys are too smart for that. All right, so the outcome. Hey, I like your outcome. All right. Five of Swords. You guys are going to have the argument. You're going to have an argument. Five of Swords. You're going to have an argument. Join everybody else, okay? But then we have the Eight of Pentacles reversed. So you guys are going to be arguing about, because the Eight of Pentacles is in reverse is all about them feeling like they are not able to enter this next phase with you because they feel like they don't have enough faith in the way you guys connect, the way you guys communicate, the way you guys just are, right, together. And you're going to be arguing about this. You're going to be arguing. But then we have the Chariot, beautiful Cancer energy. This is about moving forward. This is movement. Right? It's very much a Cancerian energy, very much a home energy, very much, there's jealousy here though, got to call it what it is, right? There is some jealousy involved in this, but then we have the Two of Cups energy, which is you guys coming together and saying, you know what? I really want to be in this. This could be, I really want to be in this relationship with you. I really do want to be in this job. We need to have a conversation. I really do want to be friends with you, but we need to figure this out, and we need to do it, with the future in mind and not just stand idle. But I need some information on how did we go from being blocked in creating to even having that Swords energy. I'm going to tell you right now, as far as dates to maybe throw in your calendar, guys, this is as far as supportive energy. The 20th, the 21st, and I even really like the 25th, right? In the 20s there. The 20th, Venus and Scorpio, sextile Saturn and Capricorn. We always like when the planets have sex. It ends up serving us really, really well. So this energy supports successful negotiations and collaborations in all kinds of relationships. So solutions to issues in all kinds of relationships are going to become obvious. For the good or not so good, depending on your chart, depending on your situation, but solutions nonetheless. So that's the 20th, right? And then on the 21st, we have Venus and Scorpio, trine Neptune and Pisces. So this energy can definitely amp up romance and emotions. For those of you in that space, sex will be and feel very different, very transformative, deepening if you're in a healthy space. If you're not, it could be transitioning. You know what I'm saying? Like, You know, sometimes like when we have, we're in a weird space with a relationship, and then we end up having that intimate connection, and it's like, wow, that doesn't feel right at all, you know, where the answer at least becomes obvious. So it does depend. And for those of you not in that space at all, you're going to be feeling a change in the vibes of your friendships and your family connections, just deepening and changing, you know, for sure. And then on the 25th, we have Venus and Scorpio sextile Pluto and Capricorn. So then we go from quirky Neptune into this other sextile, intense romantic financial connections, breakthroughs in love, money, could be both, very, very likely. Very likely. But I want some information on how did we get from here to here? Okay. So the Three of Ghosts, the Three of Cups. Okay. So I have a feeling an argument happened. You guys maybe broke up. Maybe you went your separate ways. Maybe you took a break from work. Something happened. Each of you went into your own corners. You partied it up. Maybe some of you, one of you or both of you ended up like flirting with a couple of people here and there, doing a little something like that. I don't feel like anything crazy, but just sort of, you know, trying to like sow the oats a little bit and, you know, going off and just kind of taking a minute outside of the relationship, and you guys realizing, really trying to look at how life would be moving forward without each other, without this other person, them without you, you without them, and them trying to envision this next stage of their life. And they were having a really hard time feeling motivated to make those moves into this next phase of their life, and so were you. And the thing is, though, you were both feeling that there was no real way to fix it, because Temperance reverse, Temperance upright is all about, let's take what you need, let's take what I need, let's put it into like a bowl, mix it up, and create this beautiful new, you know, foundation that we need. It's an alchemical energy. It's about mixing and blending for something even better to come out of it. But I feel like you guys were in a space of just honestly believing for a while. So I see now for some of you, I feel like this has been going on for quite a while, where you weren't able to reconnect. So I'm feeling like some of you maybe back in the January energies, or maybe the April energies or the July energies. Some of you might have disconnected during one of those three energies, just because of what we had going on up in the sky. Let's get some more information. Yeah, okay. So then you guys had the conversation. Yes. Okay, good. I like this. This is awesome. All right. So we have the Three of Pumpkins, which is the Three of Pentacles, which is you guys had the conversation. And this is this is the architect energy, right? You got it here, right? This is the Three of Pentacles is here, okay? So the Three of Pumpkins is the same as that. So where it was a blockage for you here, this is a blockage. You're dealing with that blockage. You're being very aggressive in sitting down, and I feel like really figuring out what's necessary for this foundation to happen for you in your life. The Four of Pumpkins, the Four of Pentacles, this is about you having what you need, okay? Four of Pentacles is about you know, having the resources that you need and having the connection that you need. Some people call it the miser card. I'm not getting that energy at all here. I'm really not, I have to tell you. I just feel like it's about you having what you need. You guys sitting down and having the conversation and talking about how you guys could build something together, what you each need in order to be happy. And the Death reverse just tells me you guys are going to have an argument. You're going to be expressing how you feel about things, where you feel things were way unfair, who felt disrespected when, just a lot of arguments. But it's the ending to this cycle. And you, again, we love the Death card because we need these things, right? Like, because life is about ebbs and flows. Nothing is always up. Nothing is always down. But if you're in a space where you're dealing with somebody where you know they have the potential to love you and be healthy with you, Leo, I feel like the energy supports you guys working this out. Those of you who are with like some sort of narcissist, or this ended forever ago, or whatever the case is, I'm not getting that same energy. I want a couple of more indicators for this Chariot and this Two of Cups, please. Give me a couple of cards, a few cards for that, please. We're getting there. Yes, I mean, I think you guys are just going to be in the space where you're like, you're not sure if you can trust the person, you're just really not sure. And there's this idea of resources being an issue or support, you know, mental connection, how you guys communicate. But it's more mental than anything else in the reverse. It's not real, it's not based in reality. So I feel like you guys are going to be talking about this, you're going to be having that conversation. And the Seven of Ghosts reverse, I really like this. This is Seven of Cups reverse. Seven of Cups upright, and a lot of people have a negative spin on this. I never do, because it's the Seven of Cups, right? 5 out of the 7 cups are really positive. It's like Christ consciousness, wisdom, spiritual awareness, ultimate utopia, resources. Those are all super positive. That's 5 of the cups. And then 2 of the ghosts, like, and the typical Rider-Waite, it's, you know, 1 is a skull and 1 is a baby dragon, right? It's not that those are bad, we just don't know all the information there. And with it in reverse, this is telling me that you're going to find out more information than you have right now. So I feel like everything's going to just kind of be coming out, being blobbed out on the table, and you guys are going to find this coming of the minds. But it's going to, you're going to have to fight for it, Leo. I am feeling that. And if you don't have the gumption to do that, then you don't. You have the... We have free will, my friend, right? I mean, it's like tarot never tells you what you have to do. Tarot only tells you what the energies support. Okay, you gotta understand. So I want to pull a few yes/no cards for you, Leo, for this month. I never read reversals. So if it comes out reverse, I always flip it upright. I go into it with that intention. My question to Spirit is, will Leo and this person or situation have an outcome that Leo is looking for? And I say that because some of you may want to end this, you know? It's about, will it end up in the way that Leo would like? Yes or no, please. Yes. Nice. Okay. It's pretty clear. Somebody's coming in with, this could be you, Leo, exactly what needs to be said, how you guys need to frame reality at this point moving forward if you guys are going to work. Ace of Wands, gorgeous. This is a new will, new chapter. This is a new chapter. There's a newness about this, brand new. Page of Pentacles, there's a newness, but in a different way. This is an innocence. There's an innocence with this pentacle energy. It's an immature, meaning just not totally cultivated yet, which makes sense. Having to do with the pentacles, this could be a new way you guys are going to make money, you know, either individually together, or how you're going to handle resources, how you're going to do relationship, how you're going to do communication, how you're going to support each other. And you guys really getting in touch with what you need and what they need, and what does that look like? Some of you may be seeking counseling for some extra assistance in this area if you're having a hard time working it out, but I certainly see there being will and want to actually move this thing forward, and you have what you need, right? Energetically, this is a gorgeous energy for you to have under your feet, right? Because this is going to make you not want to give up until you're done, until you have the answer that you need, Leo. So I really like this for you. Yeah, good stuff. Leo, thank you so much for joining me. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.